Tell me if this sounds familiar. You've just worked really hard on your Tinder profile. Maybe you've even gone out and gotten some professional photos done of yourself. And maybe you've even gone and tested those photos on a photo ranking site like PhotoFeeler, and they're performing well. You go ahead, you put the photos into your profile, and sure enough, you're getting matches. Everything's great, isn't it? Probably not. Because now what you're finding is you're getting matches, but none of those women are responding, or they're flaking really quickly. So you end up with a Tinder profile with lots of one-line or no-line conversations going on. If you're finding this really frustrating, then I want you to go ahead and give me a like. Now, if you have been watching my videos, subscribe to my channel, because I know a lot of you guys watch a lot of my videos and you haven't yet subscribed, and it helps me out a ton. Now, as a professional dating coach, I've spent a lot of my time working with guys building online dating profiles for them. And sure enough, I've seen this trend growing and growing and growing, where I help guys build a really great profile. And sure enough, they get the matches, but the matches become super flaky. It's like the guys have to put in a whole lot of effort to try to get women's attention. And so the way that I've historically dealt with it and made sure that my clients still get lots of dates from the Tinder profiles is I work really hard with them on their teasing and banter skills. So, okay, you're getting matches, but the girls aren't getting hooked in. All right, now put in lots of work on having really amazing initial conversation, and you'll get some girls hooked in, and you'll go and you'll get dates. And sure enough, this has worked quite well, and my clients are out there getting dates. But I have received criticism from you guys watching and some of my clients saying, it just shouldn't be this hard. Why on earth do we have to put in so much damn work in the beginning just to get their attention? Why can't women put a little bit of effort into the conversation with us? Now, I'm the kind of guy who loves looking for patterns. And sure enough, while a lot of my clients do fall into flaking hell, some of them don't. And I was trying to work out why. Why do some guys seem to get matches with women who put in an effort and others don't? And what I found is one very specific difference that changes everything. Okay, maybe two. If you are really, 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 really good looking, you don't need to do anything. You have a good profile, you'll get the matches, and the girls are going to put in an effort with you. But I know most of us in these videos, most of us using Tinder don't fall into that category. But what was it that meant that some of my guys, some of my clients were average looking, but still getting women interacting with them, like consistently, without a lot of effort the guys having to put into the conversation? So it comes down to a very simple social rule. That is, you can be liked by many and loved by none, or loved by a few and liked by none. So what this means is that very often guys try to create profiles that most women, the average woman, is going to like. And that makes sense, right? You want to get as many fish into the net as possible as the top of your funnel, and then you can start culling down. You might as well start with the highest volume possible. But the problem here is that what happens is women's matches get filled up. Let's say she has 10 matches. Then she has to decide which guys to actually invest any of her time in. Because I know many of you may not have been in a situation where you have a lot of matches on Tinder. I can tell you from personal experience, as well as working with a bunch of different male clients, once you start having a lot of matches, you quickly feel socially overwhelmed and you start to become picky about who you talk to, and you kind of end up ignoring the others. And so women fall into that trap too. They end up with a bunch of matches and they don't know who to invest in. So they match with you and they don't invest because it's like, hey, this is a nice enough guy, but he's got potential, right? You're a maybe. You sit there in the maybe category. And so she matches with 10 guys. She's got 9 maybes. And one guy who's just like, this guy feels like a great match for me. And that's the guy that she'll actually invest some time in trying to get to know. Now, he may screw it up, but she's going to actually invest in actual conversation, talking to him, replying, actually thinking about what she writes to him. And so what you want to do is you want to have a profile that some women are really going to like, a profile that some women can look at and think, that is the kind of guy I want to find, right? That is the kind of guy for me. All right, so how do you do this with your written profile? Well, let me give you 2 examples. The first example is unrepentant nerd who loves dinners at home with close friends and intellectually stimulating conversations over parties and drinking. Fair warning, I'm terrible at small talk, so let's jump straight to the deep stuff. Looking for someone special for a long-term relationship. And the second option is chill guy looking for someone like-minded. I'm an engineer who enjoys travel and good food, open to something casual or long-term. Now, the first profile is more likely to polarize women because he's making very specific statements about what he wants and likes that for some women won't be amazing, because lots of girls on Tinder just want to meet guys to go out and have some drinks and have fun. Lots of girls on Tinder are there for casual. But the girls who are there who are more introverted, the girls who are there who are more intellectual, the girls who are there who are looking for a long-term relationship are going to see that guy and be far more likely to go, yes, here's an option. Here's someone worth investing a little bit of time to see if there's something there. And so this is a polarization thing. And what this means is that for you, the kinds of girls you're likely to match with, you're likely to get along with in real life, are more likely to actually invest in you. Now, that first example isn't even really strongly polarizing, right? You could be a lot more polarizing than that. And you have to play around with what's going to work here. But unless you do that, unless you draw a line in the sand and say, hey, I'm going to annoy some girls, or I'm going to make some women go, ugh, not my kind of guy, that's the only way that you are going to make other women go, ah, that's my guy. Now, you don't just have to do this with your written profile, but that is the easiest section to do with. It's the first place to start. The second way to do it, of course, is with your photos. Now, I know that not everyone has access to photos or a lifestyle that you could polarize with. But what I do suggest is think about your hobbies and your lifestyle. I hope you have some hobbies or some lifestyle, because if you don't, I urge you should probably work on that first before thinking about dating too much. But think about that and think about, are you a hippie? Are you an anti-hippie? Do you love exercise? Do you love nature? Do you love adventure? Do you love extreme sports? Do you love music? Do you love playing an instrument? Do you love singing? Are you a Christian, right? Anything that's polarizing, that could be polarizing about you, could be a part of your personality that you express very strongly in the profile. So, for example, let's say that you do enjoy bushwalking, and maybe you go for a bushwalk every once a month, right? You're not like an extreme bushwalking nut. Well, what if you were, instead to just create a generalized profile, what if you created a profile with 2 really amazing photographer shots in there, or the money shots? They don't have to be a photographer, but something where you're looking really amazing, dressed well, groomed great, all this stuff. The other 4 photos are you in nature. You doing cool stuff with friends in nature. Okay, now you have the nature profile. And okay, some women are going to look at that, ugh, flies and mosquitoes and dirt and forget it. But you're really going to appeal to the girls who like to go out and enjoy the world and be outdoors. So you can see that you're now polarizing women. So the ones who will like you will really like you. And you can do that with lots of different areas. And it's not about lying and pretending to be into something because you're going to get matches you won't enjoy. But it's about picking something about you that's polarizing. And you want to pick something that, yes, more women, enough women are potentially going to like. We know enough women like the outdoors. But if you're going to do one about, I don't know, watching rugby indoors or watching the cricket every Sunday, that's probably going to hurt you because not enough women are going to be into it. So you've got to hopefully try to pick something enough women are going to like and polarize in that way. Now, I know this can be a little bit daunting. And if you'd like some help with your Tinder profile or any other online dating app, I do one-on-one Zoom calls, and I highly recommend you go ahead and check the link below and book a session with me, because this is what I do for a living. I take guys' profiles of regular guys and I turn them into something that gets matches and gets dates consistently. And that's a lifestyle you'd like. I highly recommend you go ahead and click that link and check it out. Now, guys, again, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, because seriously, 80% of you guys are not subscribed to my channel, yet you're regular watchers, and it helps me out so much and inspires me to make more great content just like this. I thank you guys so much for watching to the end, and I look forward to seeing you in my future videos.